Hi, today we're looking at Rare Roses. It's an excellent game for 1 to 6 players, ages 14 and up. Although I think if you remove a few of the rules, then you could play it with pretty much anyone of any age. The back, you get a sample of each of the different types of roses in the game, the market board, and what the gameplay looks like when it's laid out, and the primary chips and money. You get a little snippet, which is in Rare Roses. You are a floral designer who specializes in rare roses. You have access to the rare rose market and buy flowers from it to create beautiful bouquets for your clients. You are not the only floral designer in town, though. You will compete to see who builds the most lucrative floral business. Hours of fun, beautiful to look at. So, I picked this one up because of I really love games around flowers and such like that. Um, the estimate is 45 to 60 minutes long. I'd say that's correct, unless you do Kate rules, where you snip some of the rules out to make it a little faster, a little easier to remember. Um, but yes, so I love Herbie type games, flower games, arboretum games, all that type of stuff. Because a bit of me feels like it's educational, but that's not always true. Um, and yeah, so and it's a 1 to 6 player game, so it's quite nice to have solo modes available in pretty much all the games that you have. So you get this lovely velvet Rare Roses bag, and inside it, as you might guess, is those tokens that you saw in the back of the box. Each token has a bloom side and a bud side. Some of them are a little bit more obvious than others, so like that, you can see that that's quite clearly a bud, and then bloom is really lovely. I'm really sorry about the camera focus. Been trying to play with it to get it to work, but it doesn't want to play ball. So as per usual, you get your instruction booklet. It's great, nice big pictures. I'd say the titles, similar to the one on the box, is in a font that I wouldn't say is accessible in any way, shape, or form, whether you've got difficulties with vision or reading. It's just a very overly fancy font, but it's fine. It doesn't really make any difference. So yeah, you get your usual starting the game and then finishing the game. So you don't need this credit bit at the back, and you don't need, well, this is quite helpful for the layout, but you pretty much you've got set up, turns, and winning the game. So that's like 3 pages to learn the game, which is excellent. Um, you then have these boards, and they're really lovely, really super light, absolutely gorgeous and glossy. But yeah, there's no need for that to be super hard cardboard. It's really durable. It's got a really thick lamination on it, which is like a like a cotton textured lamination. I don't, yeah, you can just see kind of the threads style. But yes, and it's an excellent board. So this is your player board. When you buy flowers, they go into this box. Your next turn, it goes into this box, and so this is fresh buds, new blooms, and mature blooms, and then it goes out into the trash. This doesn't make any difference. It's just each player can kind of have like their favorite rosebud as they like. Um, they have the market prices summarized, and they have the turn order summarized. So it's just excellent. It's really good. I don't think you'd want to play with more than 6 players, just because it would take a long time to go round and round. But it's doable. It's definitely doable. And then this is the market board. not too big. Little bit bigger than 204s. So let me just scooch this here. So you have an order deck, which you can see here. Really gorgeous artwork throughout the whole game. It's just lovely. So you have your order deck, and then you have orders, and they fill in from the bottom upwards. So the orders get old. This is old, newer, older, and so when one of them gets used, then everything gets shuffled down and a new one gets played. That way, because throughout the game you kind of familiarize yourself with the new orders, so you kind of know, if you haven't been checking them out, then you know that you should check the ones higher up. You're not kind of searching to be like, oh, did I miss one? So, and then you've got, I always keep the blank tokens just in case I have to doodle my own roses on. So you've got monies in 10s, 5s, 50s, 20s. The box is good for that. It's a little bit annoying. I think there's like 5 10s which sit with the 5s, and the 50s are over here because I think no, they're not slightly too big. They're just sitting over there. So yeah, the general gist of the game, I'll not go through an entire round, but just in case I forget. So you'll have roses which you organize into their different areas. So you pull them from the bag, they go into their market areas. They have these prices. These prices are reiterated down here. You rotate the stock, so you draw some. You draw roses depending on how many players there are. You place them in the market. You rotate, so fresh buds become new blooms become mature blooms. Sorry, so this is the rotate the stock. You then seed the market or trash the oldest order, which will be this one. So seed the market is, I think you get 5 or 6 usually, and you seed the market. You refill the order queue. You purchase your roses with the money that you've got from fulfilling these orders. So so you purchase the roses and then you fulfill orders. So say I had, so you get fill and match scores. So this one says 4 in bloom black and white roses, 2 new buds, and 1 fully bloomed. If you have, so you'd have to have the two blues here, and then the remaining blue and the black and whites in either of these, and they would be in the right state, and it would perfectly match. So you'd get 72 if you were able to fulfill this order. However, obviously, as things get older, it can be really difficult. So you might have bought 3 blues at the same time, thinking to fulfill a different order, and they're all in bloom. So if you had 3 in bloom blues and 4 black and whites, so it's the same order, but the budding doesn't match, then you just get the fill payment, which would be £48, which is still a lot. And I highly recommend that if you do get this game and you do play it, don't worry about the matching. Like it's a nice bonus if you get the matching, but if you scrutinize yourself over the budding and things like that, you're going to end up losing because you're going to act too slow and someone else is going to fulfill the order. So yeah, that's the general gist of Rare Roses. You go around and around until you have either done all the orders or you reach a certain money. It's really up to you, in my opinion. So I hope that's a nice little intro. Bye.